Hey, viewers and viewers, my name is General Red Stretches, and welcome back to Series Being Hunted, episode 456 now? 6, 7? 6, 7, 8? I don't even know, I can't even remember, I should have checked before I started recording. But, right, so last episode, I made an attempt at a challenge, the Pirate Defence Challenge. Unfortunately, it didn't go too well. I couldn't find a boat, and then I got myself shot to pieces by a squire. Standard, pretty much. So what we're going to do is, in this episode, I want to just do a bit of basically experimentation with the terrain generator, because the way I customised the biomes in that attempt at the challenge was basically putting the colour theme obviously to fens, but giving it rural infrastructure, which, come to think of it, may have been incorrect, and I'm wondering if actually it should have been industrial infrastructure. I'm not sure what it counts it as on fens biomes, whether the infrastructure on those counted as rural or industrial. I'm never too certain. But, yeah, so we're just going to experiment with today's episode, try and figure out what works, basically. Yeah, we'll just be the aristocrat, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the centre island like this. So, what I obviously had done last episode was I put the colour theme to Fenland, but I'd left the infrastructure as it was, and I put the terrain type to lowland, because I'm pretty sure the fens biomes, the terrain type is lowland, because it's always very like low and flat, which I believe might increase the chance of getting boat spawning, things like that, I don't know. Let's just up the structures a little bit, so we got a few of those. So we're going to make the centre island kind of like that, but then we're going to get the North Island, and we're just going to do something different. So I'm going to put it to Fenland, but I'm going to put it as industrial infrastructure and on lowland, like that. Alright, so that's what it's going to look like. We're just going to customise those two islands, because that's all I think we're going to need, potentially, here. But then again, actually, maybe it's worth me actually just playing around with these ones as well. We'll make that one just into a similar industrial sort of island too. Make this one rural, like that. Just so that way we can test things out. So basically every island except the West Island will customise. Okay, right, just going to press build and jump cut whilst I get through the terrain generation. Alright, so now we are in. So obviously we're on the centre island. At the moment, this obviously is still at rural infrastructure. So let's actually explore around on these islands that I've generated and just see if any boats do actually spawn. Because it'd be interesting if they do. I don't see any in the immediate area, but we'll have to keep looking, I do think. Can you go in there, please? There we go. Right, set my stuff like this. Not like that, thank you very much. Alright, let's get moving and just see what the deal is here. You see, I'm just kind of determined just to see if maybe we can get this challenge that I attempted in the previous episode to actually work. And like I say, if I was to do it again, I would probably actually try it out as the officer class. I don't know, I just feel, well, I don't know, I'm undecided about that. Maybe I'll try it as the officer class, maybe not, we'll see. It all just depends on how I'm feeling at the time when I re-attempt it. But in the meantime, I've had other ideas for sort of spins on the old robot slaying challenge. Most of my spins on the robot slaying challenge, essentially, though, all kind of come down to basically doing it so that you kill robots from specific locations. Because, you know, I've done in the past, like the sniper challenges from the tops of castle towers, things like that. So, you know, I did my like parkour assassin challenge once, where I had to be on top of buildings, things like that. So I'm sure I can probably think of other ideas. And the pirate one was another, you know, thought in that regard. So, let's see. Does anyone see any boats around anywhere? Oh, well, I like how this road, this road here seems to have flooded, which is kind of interesting. It just sort of goes over there. Oh, typical UK weather that, when it rains so hard that it floods like crazy. Okay. I do love it though when you get big lakes like this, especially ones that generate kind of in weird locations. Like that one we had a couple of maps back where there was like a lake and there was like a wooden platform that had spawned in the middle of it. You could actually climb up onto. Yes. You know, it makes me think with Series Being Hunted's kind of terrain generator. You could do all kinds of stuff in terms of custom biomes in this game. It's just a shame, of course, that the old modding community's not around. I mean, I've talked about this before. But actually, speaking of a mod which people have asked me to get back to at some point, the Supergun mod, which I do remember once trying in my own time, but I never could get it to work. But the problem is that the last version of the Supergun mod was for version 1.4 of the game, and of course, ever since Den of Thieves took over, this game has now been in 1.5, so if I was to try that out, I'd have to find some way of backdating the game, which may be possible. I'm not entirely sure. It might be a thing that you can do. I don't know. I just have to figure out how. It's possible that I would need to go into the Steam directory, or rather I need to go into the Steam properties folder for the game, and just see if I can sort of backdate the game to an earlier version, see if that's actually possible. But who knows? Yeah, I don't know. I do feel like I remember once testing the Supergun mod on version 1.4 and not being able to get it to work, even though I had installed it, as far as I could tell correctly. So, I don't know, maybe I'll try it again, just off camera in my own time, but I can't guarantee it'll work. If I can get it to work, then I'll do a video on it, but don't hold your breath, basically, is what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen. Right, well, we haven't seen any boats around so far on this rural island, but we can always go to an industrial one in due course, so we don't need to worry too much. And on top of that, I've got a gun as well. We're not going to be doing the pirate challenge on this one, on this map. Essentially, I'm just doing this to try and figure out some of the quirks of, well, the way, basically, the terrain generates. The way the terrain generates in different biomes. That is interesting, though, that we've set this to rural infrastructure and there is a factory over there, which is kind of curious, because that's more of an industrial biome building, which I'm kind of wondering how that's spawned. Then again, maybe that's like a large structure thing, because I obviously, in the generation for this map that I've created, I did put a couple of bars on large structures, so maybe that's why actually that's spawned in there. I'm not sure. Then again, like I wonder if the boats are counted as an object that you can increase the generation rates of from the customization menu. I'm not entirely sure. Because obviously there's not an option for boats, but I wonder if it's counted as like small structures or what. I don't really even know. That's the thing. Right, well, we've got the jetty to the North Island over here, and I haven't seen any boats on this island, though admittedly I probably haven't explored the whole thing. Now, the North Island I did put to industrial infrastructure, so maybe we'll just zip over there and maybe have a look on that island. And if there isn't one on there, then we'll zip back, head across to the South Island and try that one, maybe. I feel like that could be a plan, couldn't it, ladies and gentlemen? Thing is, there is so much about Sir being hunted that even this many episodes into my series I still don't even know. Like, there are certain quirks of biome generation which are still a mystery to me, in terms of how certain structures and things like that generate in the world. I mean, obviously you've got the usual industrial infrastructure over there, which is normal. We know how that generates. And we've got these large structures, which no doubt are tied to the large structure option in the customization options. But like I say, boats, I don't know. I don't know what they're counted as, or how you can sort of maximise the chances of them spawning. That's the issue. That's what I really am not sure about. Okay, well, I don't see any boats immediately. That's the question, though. Am I sure that it's lowland that I'm supposed to use? Have I got that right? I don't know. Maybe it's not lowland. Maybe it's something different. Because I'm kind of wondering if it is also a matter of the type of landscape that you're generating, whether it's lowland, valley, whatever it might be. Okay, I'm just picking up lots of unnecessary vitals here. Ah, God. I think gas coming up my throat from my tea already. Could do with a torch, really, couldn't I, to ward off some of this darkness. Oh, God. Jeez. Friggin' bubbles of gas. Here we are. Alright, let's go try exploring in this direction. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure from what I remember that basically the boats are typical of the fens biomes. But maybe that's actually what I need to do then when I generate a world. Maybe rather than using custom biomes and trying to make them into kind of fens plus, essentially, maybe what I should be doing is actually just setting as many of the outer island biomes to fens biomes as possible, then customising the centre island to maybe maximise villagers and thus potential for ammo, stuff like that. And then, once I've gathered a load of ammo, just go across to the other islands and just search and see how long it is before I find a boat, maybe. You see, here's another idea for a challenge that I had. Because obviously in these industrial biomes, you get the cranes, you get the bridges like that with the trolleys under them. An idea I had was to do a robot slaying challenge where you basically roleplay as the troll from the Billy Groats Gruff, live under the bridge. Because I'm pretty sure the robots can path over the bridges, can't they? So you could do like a sort of bridge toll challenge where you have to slay robots who don't pay you as you go across the bridges or something. I feel like that would be a good one to maybe try out or something like that. Or maybe, I mean, I'd always like to try one with the cranes actually, because the cranes are quite a unique structure. And you know what I've never actually tried? I don't think I've ever actually tried climbing up a crane. See if you can parkour up one of them. Oop, step ladders generated inside the ground there. So yeah, I kind of wonder if there is a way of doing that actually. If we got like a mega industrial biome and just made it very craggy, very much, well, gave it a lot of elevated terrain, and then see if we can find a suitable position from which we can climb up. Let's see if we can do this. Okay, I'm kind of getting distracted here because this is not why I generated this map, but it's interesting. No, not from that angle. I don't think that's going to work. There's got to be a way to do it. Even like get on top of a house somewhere and then jump up or something, I don't know. Can I get on the step ladder? I can, yes. Well, that doesn't really do me any good, does it? Oh god, careful. No, no. Or maybe that's another challenge. A step ladder challenge. Who knows? How long can I stand on a step ladder whilst being shot at by robots? Like some sort of bizarre circus act or something, I don't know. Who knows, eh? And if only you could climb up chimneys as well, up onto the old smokestacks. I'm sure that would be probably fascinating to be able to do, if that's possible. You see, this hedge is generated just nicely so we can jump up on there. I don't want to jump on that sill in case I glitch into the window and get stuck, which is always a possibility, isn't it? Right, I'm getting completely distracted from what I originally set this map up for. Let's go over here. Yeah, there's the bridge there, we've gone past it, we're going in the right sort of direction for now. Sorry, you just heard me gulping tea down, no doubt then. Yes, I must say, of all the biomes in Surrey being hunted, the industrial biome is always one of my favourites, just because of how sort of built up it is, with the sheer amount of buildings, and the fact that you then have these long canals down the centre, with the bridges over them, stuff like that. You know, maybe that's actually worth me experimenting here. Since I've hinted that I'm pretty sure robots can path over the bridges, maybe that's just worth experimenting with. I know there are robots. There they are. Come over here. Oh god, not there though. Oi, over here. Right. Come on, come over. I'm going to try and lure them across here and see if they actually do like this. Or maybe actually this would be easier if I used an alarm clock rather than bottles. Okay, hang on. Put it to 5 seconds. There we go. Right, let's retreat to a safe distance and let's actually observe this. Didn't see anything. Yeah, go on. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, of course they can path onto the bridges. I guess it's been so long since I last really did anything in an industrial biome. I just couldn't really remember whether they could or not. Alright, that's good to know though. That's very, very good to know. Okay, right. So any kind of boats though? I still don't see any. Alright. I don't see any boats. Okay. Yeah, I'm starting to think, you know what, I think last episode, I think I probably just really overthought the need to actually customise the biomes. Okay, right. In future, I think we don't need to do that. I think we just need to spawn a fens biome, and probably the boats will then spawn on their own. Maybe that's worth us actually doing a quick test of right now. Hold on. Alright, hold your horses. What we're going to do, that's the map that we just did. Just going to delete that because we don't need it. Okay, let's just try this a bit differently. Let's put them to fence biomes, like so. Like that. Just leave that as rural for the moment. I kind of want to see. If we just put them as base fence biomes, will it actually just give me the boats anyway? Alright, here we are. We're on a new map. Let's go and actually just see if this is indeed the case. If we can actually just get a boat just by using a default fence biome. Obviously we'll have to travel, but I already see a jetty on the map there, which is not too bad. Probably to the South Island. It's as good as any. Alright. Over here. Then again, I'm pretty sure, I don't know, people watching this probably can tell me what the deal is with the biomes. There's probably people out there who've been playing Surf for a while and they've probably really sort of delved into the mechanics of the biome generation system. And, you know, they might be able to give me some clues. Who knows? So if you are one of those people, do feel free to just let me know. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. You might be thinking, when I'm talking about boats, why don't I just use the boats at the jetties? But the problem is that doesn't really work for the challenge. Because the problem with a lot of these boats is they tend to spawn quite far out in water, and the robots can't really get to you. So it's it would be kind of tricky for a pirate defense challenge. Right, so we're here on the South Island, this fence biome. No sign of any boats just yet, but I'm sure there'll be ones knocking around somewhere. Probably as soon as we go over this ridge. What do you think? As soon as we go over this ridge, do you reckon we'll see one? No, that's the answer to that, ladies and gentlemen. There is nothing good out there. There's a big lake, though. Okay. Let's stay out of that in case all bloody sea beast suddenly decides he wants to show up and be a bit of a problem. Alright. There's got to be one, surely, around somewhere, hasn't there? One that we can find, and actually confirm it. I'm just guessing they must be like something super rare, though, mustn't they? That being able to generate one is not something that can be commonly done. Hence why I've been having trouble actually getting them. Don't want to look in the church, do we? Don't want to even go inside the church, probably. Oh, there's robots hanging around by these cottages. Or by that cottage, rather. Still no sign of a boat. God, you could insert Simon Lane, a voice clip here. See if I can find a boat, ladies and gentlemen. Nice reference there, Red. Pat yourself on the back. Be all self-congratulatory. Who was in the woods then, who I just heard? Someone was hanging out there. Alright. Let me know as soon as you see a boat, ladies and gentlemen. See if we can spot a boat anywhere. A beached boat. Sloping on the terrain. Nothing just yet. Oh god. You see, this is what it's like when you're looking for something and you're generating map after map after map. It never probably gives you what you're looking for. And then suddenly you'll move on to something else entirely, and then suddenly you'll get about three... Oh! Wait, what was that? Oh, it's a rock. Damn it! I just saw something bluish through the foliage. At first I thought it was one of the smaller boats, but it wasn't. That's the thing, I've been saying look for the boats, but the reality is that, obviously, the thing about this game is there's like, I think, 3 different models for kind of like the beached boats, 2 or 3. One of them is like a small one that's got like kind of like a blue and whitish hull. And then I know there's like a much, much bigger one as well that you can find. Which is one that you can't really parkour up onto unless there's like, unless you've, I don't know, manipulated the terrain generation in a way by which, I don't know, there's like some building or something you can jump on next to it in order to get up. Okay, right, I'm not finding anything that I'm looking for here, which is kind of annoying, isn't it? Oh, wait a minute. Is that over there? Oh no, bollocks. It's a pub, damn it. I just saw the shape of it looming out of the mist, and I thought, oh, that looks boat-shaped. Well, the answer was no, that's not a boat at all. Which is bloody annoying. It's not what I want. Is that a boat? That's a boat! That's a freaking boat! Okay, oh my god, there's one right there as well. See? What did I tell you? Soon as, you know, initially you won't find any of them, then suddenly several of them will turn up all at once. Okay, so we got 2. So yes, it probably would be just the safer bet to just make a fens biome. Yeah, and I think we got both boat models here. So this is the smaller one. which you can parkour up onto, the sort of bluey... Oh, the bluey white one. Mocky, that was its name. So we could use this as like our little pirate ship. I mean, it's not exactly a very big one, it's more like a pirate trawler, but... Well, pirate fishing boat, rather. So yeah, this was the idea, basically, of the challenge last episode. I wanted to try and find one of these boats, and then use that as the pirate ship, and I would sit up here and, you know, defend the ship from all robot attackers. Now, let's just see with the big one over here, the proper sort of tugboat or trawler or whatever it is. It'd be awesome if there is actually a way to parkour up onto it, but I really don't think there is. Unless, hold on, unless there's like a sweet spot somewhere, you can just sort of jump onto it, but I don't think there is. Where was that? Oh, there it is. The old... if only you could stand on top of the fire, the logs and all that, because that would enable you then to sort of jump across onto the thing, but you can't. I think you can, obviously... Can you get into the door? No, you can't. What about a door somewhere else on this boat? It's there, but I doubt you can get into it. Yeah, that'd be something interesting that I would love to be able to do, if possible. Get sort of like a... You see, this is why I'd want to like a customised biome, so I can really elevate the terrain, do some really weird stuff with it, to see if maybe I can sort of increase the chances of one of these boats spawning next to like a crag or something that you can climb up and then drop down onto it. But having said that, that's the problem. So it just seems that to make this work, we just might have to use the default fens biome, and then just use the Mocky boat as our pirate vessel. Which is not a very grand ship. I would much rather have this as a boat, but it's not going to happen, is it? Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wrap this episode up here, because that's literally all I wanted to do. I just wanted to take an episode just to experiment with the terrain generation, and just see what it is that will give me the best chance of actually getting a boat when I next decide to try out the Pirate Defence Challenge. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. I guess it's always good to let you join me in these experiments and all that. And plus, you know, we've also had confirmed one other thing, that we have confirmed that in the industrial biomes, robots can definitely path across the little canal bridges. So who knows, maybe a bridge toll challenge might be on the cards at some point. But other than that, Facebook and Twitter links down below, along with the link to my propaganda channel for anyone interested. And if you enjoyed, a like is always appreciated. But other than that, this is General Red signing off. Goodbye all. Good God. Yes. We're not really going to be able to rely on that for getting points in this level, so we'll just have to pick up the gems as we can. And I think the water in this area is harmful, so yeah. Best not to be falling into it. Get that. There we go. Okay, plenty of combos for me. Those timbers shaking under me. They are kind of a little bit, aren't they? Oh, good, what is that up there? Jesus. It's like it's a flying grabby hand. They have a name, these animals. A lot of the animals in Rayman all have proper names, but I don't know what they are. Was that one a Palochard or something?